Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Broken Sword 3, the Sleeping Dragon. Let's continue. And it's not really doing much about a sleeping dragon as much as we're trying to figure out how to remove the hinges from a grating. And somehow it's going to have something to do with this pipe. So let's try everything on the pipe.
No way was I doing that.
We'll look at the
The
pipe.
cup had been blocking the offshoot pipe. Putrid water now dripped from the hole. The old drain pipe ran up the wall, but looked like it was broken.
So there's only one thing there and can't do anything with it. Let's try the boxer shorts on it.
There wasn't a reason to try that.
Let's try the coal.
Not this time.
Let's try the coin.
Nope, that wouldn't work here.
Let's try the aluminum
I thought
foil.
about it, but decided not to do it.
Let's try the grease
I
paint.
had no reason to try that.
So,
I thought about it. but
really
decided
don't
not to do it.
have a clue what we're doing.
There wasn't a reason to try that.
And this is your
There wasn't a
typical
reason to
point and
try
click
that.
adventure game thing we have to do is just try everything.
No way was I doing that.
Let's see, remote control.
That wasn't such a good idea.
Tin cup.
That wasn't such a good idea.
So we got this tin cup and it doesn't work with anything at all. It doesn't combine. So there's something else we're missing. And I guess I need to look around. Is there perhaps a tree or a leaf or something in this little garden area that would make sense? Because I can't just use the tin
wouldn't help
cup.
free the hinges.
So maybe there's something back this direction that I missed. Like, the question is, how far back can we even go? So you walk around as if there might be something at the top of the tree. Am I doing this wrong? Do I run this way? There's something here.
The window led to another area of the castle. I could see a walkway on the other side.
Well, that's where we came from. And let's see, let's go ahead and push this way. And then just pull this way. But there's no moving that piece. Ah, we've got a
It
lantern.
was an old, ornate oil lamp. It looked like it hadn't been used for years.
So it probably has oil in it, so I can use the tin cup with it.
There was nothing I could do with the cup. The lamp had an old knob that I guessed was for turning it on. Ugh. Yuck. At least the knob worked.
So now we use the tin cup on it.
I collected a small amount of oil in the old cup.
So we've got...
The oil dripping onto the floor was a fire hazard.
What do you care? Isn't that a great way to set up your escape? It seems like I could go even further back if necessary. But I don't think so. So we just had a run of a puzzle that had us walk back and forth as Nico. And now we're doing a puzzle that has us walking back and forth as George. Look at the background here, just some very flatly animated trees and a lot of fog, and it's the exact same style of tree. These trees actually look a lot better than the other trees. Somebody actually spent some some effort on these, even though all the leaves are just these flat, two-dimensional pieces of cardboard cutouts.
I hoped the oil would free the hinges.
Hmm.
I could almost hear the hinges sighing with relief.
So, I'm glad
There
we're
goes.
not going to spend too much time in this section, since there's nothing in it. We desperately need to get back to actual story. We've hit this middle part
Title sprang to
that's...
mind. 1,001 uses for lamp oil.
Yeah, you just have to think of 1,000 other uses.
Madame Petra, we didn't hear you arrive.
Obviously.
So, Nico is
Did you have
pretending
a
to be
pleasant
Petra.
journey?
No. Now get back to your jobs. Both of you.
Our apologies, Mom.
Security is too lax around here.
Yes, ma'am. Your belongings have been taken up to your apartment.
Good.
Miserable bitch.
So, now I can interact as pretending to be Petra. And let's see. Can I just open the door? Oh, I can. And that puts me right outside, if need be. We're trying to find Bruno, though. We're getting back to the story now. So let's look at this guy.
Just some delivery notes. Some were for food, others for washing powder. I would have hated to do the laundry for this lot.
We can talk to the other guy if we can get in the right angle.
The guard was sitting at the desk reading. It looked like a children's book. Any news?
It's been pretty quiet.
What about an attack from inside?
Everything is battened down tight.
Good. Now, would you care to explain why you are reading on duty?
Just trying to improve myself, Mom.
Do it again, and the next book you buy will be in Braille.
Yes, Mom. Sorry, Mom.
So now we intimidate him and then we ask where Bruno is.
Where was the prisoner taken?
To Senor Suzaro's office in the lower levels.
Is he on his own?
2 guards went with him, Mom. He cannot escape.
For your sake, he'd better not.
So let's look at this.
The card reader was probably linked to the nearby security door. The door looked pretty secure. It wouldn't have looked out of place in Fort Knox.
So, do I have any cards besides the press card? No. So I'm gonna have to get a security card from one of the guards. We can go in this room. And we can look at the computers.
It was the security layout for some part of the building. I had no idea where.
So we've got some interesting looking computers. Frankly, I'm not really sure. Oh, here's a girl programmer. Interesting, considering the other programmer we saw was a overweight, pimple-faced nerd stereotype. They're going, I think, maybe with a secretary type this time.
The computer was processing something. But what?
Yeah, I don't know, even in this day and age, if computers were really being used too much, as much as you would think. Because there was a lot of bluster in those days where computers were thought or shown in TV that they could do all these amazing things, but in reality they were actually not doing much at all, or they weren't being used. I would heavily suspect security systems would have been older technology that were more refined. You would just have a bunch of VCRs on cameras and a bunch of like card readers connected to specialized devices that weren't computerized. Even now in 2017, I kind of wonder if it's the best idea to use computers, because now computers are so easily hacked that having anything that's not proprietary technology might be a mistake.
The computer
A
was
secret
processing
technology
something. But what?
that people wouldn't be aware of and would have to reverse engineer. That's why the card readers usually in offices these days, they look like NFC things that you could just put on the back of your phone and read, but they're actually not NFC, or at least they're a modification of NFC so much that they can't be read by cell phones. Although you can get cheaper things that are NFC, and then you could program your cell phone to unlock your office door, but the enterprise level stuff isn't like that.
The woman was hunched over a computer terminal. She was really into her work, and doing a fine job of ignoring me.
So should I talk to her and ask her for a security card, or should I mess with the computers and get rid of her? This feels a lot like the chef again.
There was a large group of computers all whirring loudly.
Let's just talk to her.
Excuse me.
Look at that neck twist.
Please, ma'am, do not interrupt me. I cannot afford mistakes.
I need you to answer a few questions.
And see, she just looks like a normal person. This is just adding insult to injury, in my opinion, because you have the guy at the beginning, who, by the way, that beginning cutscene was animated, like, I'd say about 5 times better than any of the other scenes that in the later part of the game. So they clearly put all their money up front on animation. But for her to just look so normal, it makes no sense, and it just feels like an insult to then have to have the guy that gets shot. The poor victim of murder is this pimple-faced, overweight hacker stereotype.
What exactly
But then
is
again,
it that
his
you are
girlfriend's
doing?
also a goth.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I have strict instructions to report only to Senor Cesaro until we have finished our preparations for the armillery.
Yes, of course.
So she's probably doing some calculations trying to find the ley lines, if I was to guess anything. So she doesn't want to be distracted. Let's distract her.
I was risking my life here dressed as Petra. The last thing I wanted to do was break something and draw attention to myself.
Exactly. That was what I was
wasn't about
planning
to
on
go
doing.
switching off the computers. I didn't really want to go messing with things I didn't know about.
So, unless there's something else here, or there's a door right there in that hallway. Doesn't seem like there's anything else to do. And why would I want to go get vegetables? I guess we could talk to these guards and see.
The guard was armed and looked dangerous.
And
I knew he'd kill me without a second thought. But at the same time, he probably believed I was a cold-blooded killer too.
they're constantly in their animations reloading their guns, well, cocking their guns. So in reality, if they pulled the trigger, there should either be several bullets in the chamber and the gun should explode, or there should be a pile of bullets, shells that have been ejected unfired on the floor, depending on how that gun would handle that, and I'm not sure how it would. In fact, I think they're animating it so that the tunnel, the nose of it, is going back when they cock it. Look at that, the gun at the very tip of the gun. Does it go inward when they cock it? Because that wouldn't, no gun works like that. That'd be ridiculous. And at least they have some animation. Yeah, it does. It kind of flickers and goes inward. So here we have Nicole with the gun clipping through her head, raising her arms and stretching out with her animation. He's marching around and moving. which is at least something.
What's your job here?
To make sure that no one gets through the front entrance, ma'am.
I fought the urge to tell him to drop and give me 20.
So let's ask about security, I guess.
How many men do we have on the grounds?
A double complement on the perimeter, ma'am. No one gets in or out without us knowing. Guaranteed.
We already know it's
That was his
50.
idea of a guarantee. I wasn't shopping for watches locally.
We know there's 50 men on the ground because the chef told us that's how many people he's gonna feed.
Anything to report?
There was a broken down car near the front gate.
Anything suspicious?
Just some stupid French woman who probably ran out of gas.
I was going to remember this guy. Stupid French woman, indeed.
And so he has dark brown hair and he has lighter blonde hair.
The guard was scared of me. Well, of Petra, at least. I just had to keep him from learning the truth.
Let's talk to this guy.
Everything all right?
Bit nervous, ma'am. It's my first day on the job.
Oh, good.
Just make sure no one gets in, and it won't be your last. Going blonde had brought out the mean streak in me. I rather enjoyed it.
Ask him about a pencil?
You see this pencil?
Yes, ma'am.
There are 15 ways I can kill a man using this.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
Now that's a mediocre line that could be very much improved. Where you could say there are 15 ways I can kill a man this way, but only 14 if it's a woman. You wouldn't want to say it that way though. You'd say 14 if it's a woman. Or maybe you go down from even 14 to, let's say, what would that be? 12. 12 if it's a woman, you might say. But then that would require too much thinking. So I think the better thing there. And of course the implication on that joke to make it a better line. And then this is off the top of my head. Probably a much better way to do that would be to imply that she knows one way to kill a man that using something only a man has, genitalia wise.
The guard looked pretty unpleasant, and smelled even worse.
Now the question is, will the dog do anything
The dog
with me?
looked as though he could kill at any moment.
See, why would the dog not start barking at me?
Hello. I wonder if you can help me.
Are you Madame Petra?
That's right.
How can I help you, ma'am?
Let's ask about the guard dog.
That's a very fierce-looking dog.
Trained to kill as soon as he's released, ma'am.
Good. Just don't release him near me. Understand?
No, ma'am. You hear that, rascal? You're not to hurt the nice lady.
Rascal? I thought about stroking the dog's head, but remembered how fond I was of my fingers.
So this is an interesting twist of events. Because I'm running around as Petra in the front yard. And I need a security key. Which means I have to do something with one of these guards.
The guard looked well-trained. You! I need some help.
You're Madame Petra, isn't that right?
No, I'm Madonna.
Whoa!
Idiot. Of course I'm Madame Petra. What a disgusting dog.
Thank you, ma'am.
What's his name?
Raptor.
How appropriate. More appropriate than a rascal.
So we have this dog.
The dog was quiet. I sensed he was contemplating his next meal. Me.
And so unless this guy is going to let me through to something I couldn't get to before. they've got me running around this area again. See, this feels like this could have easily been the whole game at one point in the development of it. That they were just planning on having us run around this castle for the entire game. Something like Wolfenstein.
The man didn't look as though he had been employed for his charm. This place is a mess.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I don't know you.
I am Madame Petra. Isn't it obvious?
Of course, ma'am. I should have realized.
So I walk around here and look at this guy.
This guy looked like he had more authority than the others. Who are you? Come on. I haven't got all day.
Sergeant of Security, ma'am.
I am Madame Petra. I have just arrived.
Of course, ma'am. I have a security card for you. Here you are.
Thanks.
So that's what we needed, was an unvalidated security card. And so I guess we need to validate it. And I'm hoping there's not any real trick here. It looks like this puzzle has been changed too, because I don't think I can climb up and over. Is this really doing anything, though, as a point-and-click adventure to just make me run around and let's see.
Damn! The card didn't work.
Pardon me, Madame Petra, but you need to get the card validated.
Yes, yes, of course. Just checking security is watertight.
See, and that doesn't even make sense. It's like, why would you even give an unvalidated card to anybody if you're not going to validate it? Either I know this person actually is a person who deserves a card as the head of sergeant of security, or I give them a card that would work right from then, or I investigate further before I give them anything. You shouldn't halfway give, here's the card, but you have to go to this other place and get it validated. That sounds like bureaucracy, and bureaucracy lowers security. Definitely. Let's see if this is where she validates them.
This card required validating. Could you do that for me?
Of course, ma'am.
She just looks at her. You're valid.
There you are. Now please excuse me, Madame Petra. I must get on with my work. Senor Cesaro will be very upset if I don't finish this.
And she just throws it on the table, doesn't even hand it to you. So now I have a validated card. And they probably should have not bothered to call it an unvalidated card. They should have just said it was a card and then changed it to unvalidated, or changed it to validated once you validated it. That way you were surprised and have to see the cutscene that we saw when we tried it, versus the few players that will be smart enough to immediately run to security and get it validated, which most people wouldn't think about doing that.
After what I'd been through to get the card, I was desperate to see what lurked down below.
And so, as soon as we get on the other side of this door, you're basically in an entirely different building, entirely different section, and again, it feels like they had levels and they're just kind of cut and pasting it together. I mean, sure, a mansion might have a basement like this, but this could also have been a catacombs, a tombs,
It was an old prison cell.
anything, really.
Damn! This must have been where Bruno was being held. I hoped I wasn't too late.
Can we open it?
The cell was locked and empty.
So, Bruno was being held there. I feel like I'm gonna get caught. Or we're gonna go back to George. George hasn't been doing anything for quite a while now.
Oh no, someone was coming.
Watch, it's gonna be George. And I'm in total blackness as it's going. We're in this.
It was the laundry that I had landed in. The aromatic effect of over 400 cheesy feet was mind-blowing.
Let's go ahead and pick something up.
I knew that stealing putrid socks wouldn't solve anything.
That's a pretty funny response. So we're in the laundry room. It looks completely different. How do you get so many dryers on a circuit? That's an interesting question. Like, every laundromat must have a massive amount of wiring it's pulling. I once saw a, like, behind the scenes of a baking competition, and getting all the electric ovens for all the competitors plugged in turned out to be a massive overhaul of running in trucks specially made to generate enough power. But I guess that's why you would need 5 dryers. Starts to also beg a question, because
The washing machine slid sweetly onto the trolley.
I have no idea why I did any of that, but whatever. At a certain point, you just want to get an industrial steamer, an industrial dryer that would do massive amounts of laundry. And often what you do is you just ship all your laundry to a facility that does it all day from many, many locations.
Somebody in this castle had a serious washing powder fixation. My old Navy SEALs manual had a special section, assessing enemy strength utilizing captured washing powder drums. Shame I couldn't remember the equation.
He was in the Navy SEALs and he became a lawyer?
I didn't need to take any of the washing powder.
That makes no sense. Or he read the Navy SEALs manual, I guess, maybe. Like, that's the last thing I would want George Stobbart to become canon, is he was a Navy SEAL.
The washing machine had weighed down the trolley. It was about to collapse.
So, push.
Here goes.
Am I just slamming it into the door to open it?
Yes!
And see, I didn't even check the door to see if it was unlocked, so I don't even know if I needed to do that. But I'm walking around here and I'm about to get hit by Nicole. I bet. Let's see, we've got a bunch of boxes that are all... They're throwing us a nice bone with the boxes if they're not supposed to be pushed around. Then they're always in this weird, slightly askew layout. I guess we'll follow standard maze procedures. We've got a door with a card reader.
Oh, it was no use. The door was shut tight. If only I had the key card to open it.
And see, that's weird because don't I have the security swipe card?
There wasn't a reason to try that.
But it's not the right card.
Take that, you!
Oh! Why you?
George?
Who?
It's me, Nico.
Jeez, I thought you were Petra.
Often sneak up on girls like that, do you?
Only blondes.
So it's true. They do have more fun.
Hang on to the wig and find out.
Trailer trash chic. Not really my style.
Ouch. So how come you're down here?
Did you notice the extra security? I'm guessing that Bruno must be close.
So what are we waiting for?
Are we gonna skip right to a cutscene? And it's like over here.
Damn!
What are you doing?
Shh! Guards! They're guarding a door over there. That's got to be where Bruno is.
I could get past, but you would be shot if you tried. You need to find a way to fool them.
So we now kind of know what we're supposed to do. We're not picking up the fire extinguisher. She can open that door. And over here, it looks like there's nothing. So 2 more rooms with absolutely nothing in it. And we're back with Nicole and George working together. They split up, they get together, they split up, they get together. The gameplay is very reminiscent of their relationship. It seems odd in a very weird way. And when's the last time we saved? We may have not saved at all for 30 minutes. Interesting. Because I'm a little bit more confident on it not crashing. Well, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.